Hello, friends. Yesterday, my wife Yumi and I celebrated our 25th wedding anniversary, and I'm very excited about that. I was looking forward to the 25th anniversary for a few years, actually. We didn't do anything special. We went to A&W, had some cheese curds, which was nice. My wife is from Japan, and her name Yumi means noble beauty. And I can attest that after 25 years with her, she's both. When we were married, we were young and we didn't know anything. Now we're both in our 50s and we still don't know anything. But I do know that we have definitely been blessed by God. And I know I love my wife more now than when we started off all those years ago. We laugh together. We love to even be in the same room together. There's something special about sitting in the same room together. When she walks into a room, I can feel my spirits lift. This has not been by accident. From the very beginning, we've been trying to do things God's way. Now, we're both messed up sinners. And so we find ourselves saying and doing things we wish we didn't. But you know what? There's a real blessing for trying to do things God's way. When folks don't try to do things God's way, that's when things fall apart. But even when we're falling short and we're trying to go God's direction, there's a real blessing there. There's a real strength there. Relationships are always going to take hard work. We can't go into them thinking that it'll just be easy and everything will go our way. You've got two people that are different and they're going to have to work it out before the Lord. From the beginning, we have prayed together. We've tried to do things, again, God's way together. We've had our ups and downs. But whenever I say that to people, I feel like it's a little bit of a lie because we've had mostly good times. Our relationship with God is founded on grace. All of us. How do we get a right relationship with God? We come to Him and He forgives us, and grace is what unites us to Him. In every church, it's the same way. The people in church get along because of grace. We overlook one another's faults. Every friendship has to be based on grace. If we're very legalistic, if we hold a strict line with people and say, well, I'm done with you, there would be no friendships. And every marriage thrives on grace. Let me share with you just a few things, a few ideas that have helped us over the years, and maybe they can help you in your relationships too. You can't just coast. You can't just let things slide, or the gravity of sin, the momentum of sin will always bring them down. We always have to be pushing. We always have to be striving, not to let ourselves just talk the way we want to talk, think the way we want to think, do the things we want to do. It's like riding your bike up a mountain and you're pushing, you're pushing, you're pushing. It's difficult. It's hard work. But the higher you get, the noise of the city gets farther and farther below. The scenery gets beautiful. You can see farther. Pretty soon you're up among the clouds. It's just gorgeous. But as soon as you say, well, things have been going so wonderful, we can just slide, and you stop pedaling, you go down and you start going down very, very fast. It's like that in a marriage. We have to keep striving and working together because the moment we stop, things to go down quickly. Another one, it sounds easy. We try to be polite. Say thank you to one another. After 25 years of marriage, we're saying thank you for almost everything. I know a lot of couples tell me, we don't need to talk like that because we know we love each other. I've said to them sometimes, then why are you in my office asking for counseling? Listen, that's a minimal place to start. Start with using your words in a way that builds the other person up, not destroying them all the time. Just try to be polite. Don't hold on to grudges. From Ecclesiastes 7:9, it says that a grudge resides in the heart of a fool. So when you're upset with your spouse and you start to fixate on it, and you're brooding over it, and there's just this anger growing and growing and growing, and you're wallowing instead of wallowing, in joy. You're wallowing in this negativity and anger. Just let the Holy Spirit speak to you and say, "Ooh, yeah, I'm a fool because I have something good with my spouse." and I'm going to destroy it because I would rather brood. I would rather hold on to this grudge. I'd rather nurse a grudge like a little baby, pouring your life's energy into this baby, which is a demonic baby that's going to destroy your marriage. So anytime you find yourself just holding on to bitterness and a grudge and anger, just think, you know what? You are a fool. Get over yourself. Don't ruin this good thing that God has given you. Your spouse is a gift from God. Your spouse is a gift from God, and your spouse is a child of God. So treat your spouse like a daughter of the King or like a son of the King. Be a good forgiver, because why not? I'll tell you what, if you're not a good forgiver, that hasn't been working for you. All your life, it has not been working for you. Do you want your days to be miserable? Then be somebody who really does not forgive. Or do you want to enjoy your days? Choose wisely, my friends. Cheer for your spouse. Build them up. Respect them in front of others. Respect them in front of your children. You'll be glad you did later when you need both of you to get those kids in line. Ephesians 4:26 says, "Do not let the sun go down on your anger." That has been a verse that has been with me my entire adult life, and it's really paid good dividends for me in our marriage. When you do find those moments where you've lost it and you're just frustrated, you're angry, and your spouse didn't do this or this or this that you thought you had worked it out with them and it should have been different, and you find yourself just holding on to this darkness as you try to go to sleep, you have to let that go. So one thing that I've done, I mean, there's other things. This is just a cute little thing. Sometimes I do it in my own mind, but I've done it for my wife many times because, again, it's cute and it helped lift both of our moods. I would go through the alphabet, and with each letter of the alphabet, I'd say something nice about my wife. So I'm very angry when I start off. A, my wife is adorable. My wife is amazing. B, Yumi is beautiful. C, Yumi is caring. D, Yumi is delightful. And I cannot get through the alphabet without loving my wife. Sometimes you got to get creative. X is extra special. Lastly, it's been 25 years, a good ride. I didn't expect to get choked up. Lastly, one thing I want to say, when I couple counselors, when I counsel couples, I always tell them, if you're putting Jesus first in your life, you can never grow apart. I've heard of couples saying, well, we grew older and we grew apart. That doesn't work that way. If you put God first in your life and you are striving to be a better Christian, to love God more and love other people, and you're falling in love with the Bible and you're praying, and you're moving closer to God, and your spouse is moving closer to God, look at this. As you move closer to God, you're always going to be moving closer together. If the most important thing in your life is not your entertainment, not your hobby, not your politics, but if the most important thing in your life is God, you will always be moving closer together, and you will stay together over the long time. So, brothers and sisters, friends, make sure God is first in your life. Every relationship is different, but the key is the same. Put the Lord first. You can't go wrong. Put the Lord first and have plenty of grace for one another. Overlook, forgive, get past. Don't hold on to a grudge. Have a short memory of the bad things. Hold on to the good things. I'll tell you what, everything else is going to work out fine for you. God bless you, my friends. Have a wonderful day.